What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Hardworking Happy Hour. I'm Sean.
And I'm Catherine. And as always, we're breaking down all things trades, entrepreneurship, and turning your creativity into a passion career.
And we got some really good topics this week that we're going to be breaking down here.
A lot of topical things that we've been thinking about.
We are always thinking about things. There's always so many things to think about. It's like my mind is just a mishmash of jelly beans of thoughts. So
Jelly beans, that's random.
it's so random. Yeah. So
Also, those are kind of like nice individual package. I would think more of like a
I'm like a spilled
applesauce?
jar of no, too smooth and consistent. Each thought is a different flavor.
yeah, maybe like a fruit salad where everything's kind of like intermingling,
Yes.
but still chunks.
I would, yeah.
Okay,
We'll go with that. A
that.
fruit salad that has spilled all over the ground. Anyway, we have some really good thoughts this week, and I think we got a lot of positive feedback on last week's episode. I think that
Yes, that was fun.
I left here feeling really uplifted and pumped up.
Yeah.
I felt hyped.
Good. I hope other people did as well.
I hope so.
But speaking of that, we have one last submission to read.
We do.
Yeah. Dan Petit. Is that how you say it?
I think
Petit?
so. Yeah,
Petit?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
We should ask him.
it's maybe petite.
It's funny, like, meeting people on the internet and then you only see their name written. Like, I've met him in person now, but I didn't,
Yeah.
ask how to say his last name.
Yeah.
So I am really sorry if I'm saying it wrong, but anyway, so we asked him and he didn't get it back to us before we recorded because we recorded a day early last week. So,
Just random side thought. That's like Raven Builders.
yeah.
I thought it was either Kevin Croquette or Kevin Chocolate, but it's
Everyone calls him chocolate.
yeah, but it's
Chocolate.
it's a Choquette, I think.
Choquette,
So
yes.
yeah, interesting how that works.
Yeah.
Anyway, I digress. Go ahead.
Well, anyway, I wanted to read Dan's because I feel like it's a really good one. So,
What do we got?
are you ready?
Yeah.
Hi, Sean. Well, okay, so just in case anybody didn't listen to the last episode, we asked different business owners to say why they love being a business owner. And this was his submission. Hi, Sean. Okay, in a nutshell, freedom. Oh, God. Sorry. When I click on it on the iPad, it goes crazy.
Oh,
Anyway,
right. Technical difficulties. Go ahead.
Hi, Sean. Okay, in a nutshell, freedom, control, potential. Freedom. For me, freedom came in a way of being able to be there for my wife and eventually family during crucial times in our lives. Being able to go to every prenatal doctor visit during both high-risk pregnancies, due to both pregnancies being twins, being there for both scheduled C-section operations, having adequate paternal leave, and again, being able to go to all of the post-pregnancy doctor's appointments was so very important to my wife and I. Freedom from not having to request time off from upper management to see if they found it justifiable to be flexible for my situation. Not only was this freedom needed, but it was essential for me to give the support to my family that comes with having two sets of twins less than 2 years apart. Which, my God,
Chaos.
kudos
Wow.
to you.
Yeah. That's insane.
Is crazy. That's a lot of work. Okay, anyway. Control. Not only control of the job site radio, if I choose, but control of the direction of company, jobs that we take, setting my own professional standards for the work and the experience we give the client, products to use, on-the-fly changes, getting to be creative and having fun. I like to control my environment now and where we are going. Potential. I like the potential of the vehicle, Northern Outdoor Living. Bring me to whatever heights I dream of if I put in the right forethought, plan, and hold steady on the execution. Excuse me. Knowing this leaves the concept of things are happening to me behind and ushers in the concept of it is my decision to attain any goal I set. You know, I am the master of my own fate. I am the captain of my soul stuff. After writing all of this to you, it seems more like these 3 points are merely 3 aspects of self-empowerment, and I think that is what this great self-employment experience is bringing to the table.
Wow. Not only great points, but well presented.
Yes.
Really,
I think you really did a great job on that. So thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Dan, so much.
Also,
Freedom.
his-
Love
get
that.
his-
What?
I like to give out the handles
Oh,
so people
yeah,
can
go
follow
ahead.
them because
Yeah.
he does really cool stuff too. Northern_outdoor_living.
Yeah.
Northern Outdoor Living.
You're having a little bit of trouble reading off that
I know,
iPad
I know.
today, huh?
I just had a Red Bull and I feel like I'm all jittery.
Oh, okay. Great. All right.
But
Well,
anyway, I feel like he did a great job at explaining that. And
I like how he did it in kind of like an essay format. Like these are the 3 things I'm going to talk about.
Bullet points, yeah.
Then 1 paragraph on each thing, and
Yes.
then a conclusion in the end, wrapping it all up in a nice little bow. So
Yeah.
great job there. You probably did really good in high school English class. 'Cause
Oh, I bet he did, yeah.
That's the what do you call that? The structure,
Yes.
the template. That's the template you want to follow.
Yeah.
But those are great points. Freedom. Gotta love freedom. It's America. And 2 sets of twins.
I know.
Less than 2 years apart. That just sounds like insanity. And
I can't believe I didn't know that about him. That's
that seems like something that, you know what?
If that were me, I would tell everyone.
Yeah, but every time that we've seen him, it's been like at an industry event where he's, getting a little bit of respite. So maybe he's like, last thing I want to think about. Not the last thing I want to think about is my family, but I want to just take a little bit of a mental break because it's probably a lot. That's got to be so much. But
Jeez.
that's a really good point that he gets to be free to go to all these things. He doesn't have to submit a time off request.
I like the way that he put that was like he doesn't want to have to see if it's like justifiable enough to somebody
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
Because I did like in the corporate world, that's what it was. Every single time it was like, do you find my reason for being off of work enough? Please give me a small breadcrumb and let me go to my grandmother's funeral, please. Oh no, that's not worth going to? Okay, I guess I'll stay.
Let me make
late
up a
that
different
day.
story because that was made up anyway. Okay, well, love that. It pretty much kind of, solidifies a lot of the things that were also said: the control, the freedom, and the prospects for potential. You know, and you are the one that is driving that vehicle, and if the vehicle stalls out and sputters and then gets engulfed in flames, that's your fault. But if it grows wings and shoots off into space, my God, what a beautiful sight! And it was because of you.
It's also your fault.
It's also
bad.
your fault. Yeah. You're going to be alone in space. No, love that. So thanks for sending that in, Dan.
Yes, thank you. I really wanted to make sure we got that in, so I'm glad we did.
Me too. So what else we got this week? How was your week, by the way?
Great. How was your week?
It was pretty good. It was pretty
You had
good.
a good
Yeah.
week?
I had a
Good.
pretty good week. We had some beautiful weather.
Oh yeah, it was not toxic at all.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Well, my memory of the week is that it was great. I forgot we had that toxic.
That horrible air quality.
Yeah, man, I never heard the words AQI, the letters AQI so many times. And like people are just like spitting it out like it's something that like has ever been talked about before.
I know,
Like, yeah,
know,
the
it
AQI
was-
is like 210. It's like,
Yeah.
what are you talking
What
about?
is that?
No one has ever said those words
I will
ever.
say, somebody said something like, "Oh, it's 350 right now," and I was like, "Out of what?" And they're like, 500. It's like, "Oh, that sounds like
Reasonable,
pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be like 11, right?
it's supposed to be like, yeah, the close.
Yeah.
You want it to be very close to zero, closest to zero as possible."
Yeah.
So yeah, we dealt with that this week. Which, as soon as you went outside, it smelled like you were inside of a bonfire. And Sean,
Really?
you were like, "If no one mentioned it, I probably wouldn't even notice."
I don't think I would
My
have.
eyes were like watering and burning, and Sean's just like, "Nah."
I honestly probably wouldn't have like even thought about it. I'd be like, oh, it's hazy. I guess sometimes maybe it's hazy. I don't know. I live in my own little mental space.
You do live in your own fantasy world, and that is
Yes. So
impervious to bad air quality.
Sarah was like really worried about it. She's like, I read an article that it's like smoking 6 to 11 cigarettes a day.
Yeah,
and I was
I
like,
saw that.
that's like not even that many. I used to smoke some. So I wasn't that worried about it, but I'm also something's different about my brain. I just don't pay attention to things like obvious smoke in the air and like red sun. That was kind of freaky, but
Yeah, it was pretty crazy looking.
It
And in
was.
this week's vlog, you can tell, like, as the vlog goes on,
it gets hazier.
like
Yeah.
it gets hazier and hazier, and it's like gets like orange toned.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Anyway, yeah, besides that,
Anyway.
it was a great week. It was a great week.
We got a lot done.
And
was nice.
I guess maybe we'll start off there with one of the things that we want to talk about is all of the new things that we did on this project, and they all kind of came to a culmination this week with like, it just felt like there was no part of what we were doing that we were like using experience as a guide. It was just like a free for all.
Yeah.
And I was I was loving it, half stressed out, fully loving it, and
Yeah.
it was just like felt like back to my roots, to just like sort of have a plan and just jump into it and hope for the best.
Yeah, I feel like that's something we talk about a lot. Like maybe like definitely try new things to like get yourself out there, but maybe like do it one at a time. And I don't think I realized how many new things we were doing on this job until this week. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh God, like
It's like I don't even recognize ourselves anymore. Who is
what
this?
are we doing? But it was kind of fun. It was like,
It was really fun.
and it felt like low risk because we had one of the reps
Yeah.
come help us. So it's like, oh, we can't mess it up because he's right here.
Yeah. And if we do, we can blame it on him.
Exactly.
Yeah, we did a concrete fire pit, built a form, poured it in place, and then did a mosaic porcelain
Yeah.
over top of it. So we had never poured a concrete fire pit before. We had never done porcelain before.
Yep.
Then we're on a new bedding system. We're doing
Yep.
everything completely different. And then once we lay it, we decide, why don't we cut out a circular inlay, smash some of the porcelain, do a mosaic, as if just using completely new material and installation method wasn't enough.
Yep.
And then after we did that, I'm just gonna come out and say it. I didn't have a full plan for what we were gonna do for the fire pit.
Yeah.
Did you pick up on that?
I did. Yeah.
You
I
did?
I did
Oh
know
my
that.
God.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, we could.
But it turned out good.
We could buy one. I had the idea of maybe we could pour one in place. I wasn't really sure how we were going to do that. But then once it came time to do it, I was like, all right, I got to make a decision. We are going to pour it in place, concrete, and we're going to figure out how to build a form. Went through 2 different strategies for that. The second one worked out great. First one didn't work at all. And it was a lot of fun. And it was one of those things that you can't like sit there and look at it analytically. Like, I charged X amount for this feature and I need to get it done in this amount of time. Like, once you commit to a new idea, you're committed to it. And the thing that you get out of it is that reward of doing something novel and unique, and also all the content that you can make from it. You can show future clients.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And one of the things that I think it had an immediate impact on our business and our brand, because we are doing a design for one of the neighbors now.
Yeah.
And the neighbor had seen what we did with the mosaic inlay, and he was like, he had just paid for a design, so we're in the very beginning stages, and he was like, you're just doing this like so you can have fun, aren't you? Like, I can tell how excited you are. And I'm like, that is 100% the case. Like, yeah, there would be 100 different things that we could have done that would have been so much easier, but I am absolutely loving it. I'm having so much fun. And when a potential
How did
client,
he see it? Did he see it coming over to the yard, or does he watch the videos?
I think he watches the videos, and he also came over to the yard.
Okay.
So, having a potential client have in their mind, they're looking at you as somebody that like loves what they're doing, that is doing it because they want to do something super cool, and it's not just a monetary exchange. Like, okay, I'm going to try to sell you the most expensive thing I can, and then as soon as we get paid and sign this contract, I'm going to figure out the fastest way that we can do it. When a potential client feels like you're there because you want to be there and you want it to turn out better than they even do, like, that is a priceless part of your brand.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You think so?
Yeah. So do you have any regrets? Do you think that we tried too many new things at once, or
No.
was it just the right amount?
I think it was just the right amount. And I say that because I like the way that it turned out.
There was really no negatives, I guess.
Yeah, as I was doing the mosaic fire pit, I was just like, I had a plan going into it. I dry laid it on this big thing, and then I was going to pick up each piece at a time and do it in order that I dry laid it. But as soon as I picked up like 3 pieces, it was impossible to keep your place. And then the mortar was setting. It was kind of like a mad dash. So,
Yeah.
and I wasn't sure how it was looking at first. So I just had to like go with it and like block it out and just get it done, and then step back, look at it. And it was so cool. I like it. I like it a lot. And yeah, it was exciting. It was a fun, rewarding endeavor,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah. And I feel like it we're all talking about all like the porcelain based new things, but we also did like the Phantom Post. That was new.
Yeah.
And
how about that video?
Oh, yeah. That was pretty funny.
That was pretty funny.
Sean shared a video of I don't even know what it was, a motorcycle?
It was like a dirt
motorbike?
bike.
Yeah.
Like went rogue and like ran up onto a porch and knocked out a support column and got captured on a Ring camera. It was really random and funny.
It's pretty funny.
But anyway, so did you do anything new that you haven't done before?
No.
Really? You didn't do anything new?
No, everything's the same for me.
Really? Yeah. That's so exciting.
Just kidding. I built not a fire pit, a water feature.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You've been talking about it for a while. So how do you feel that it turned out? Do you feel like it was satisfying to go through the whole process?
Yeah, the moment you plug it in and it works, that's pretty fun.
That's way better than plugging in and be like, nothing's happening.
Yeah. I built it out of concrete, so it was very heavy. So I did feel bad having to ask for help to move it because it was very heavy. It's very structural. It's like very, very heavy. But
it's very structural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. I'm so happy that it worked, and it's not finished yet, so I'll speak more about it when it's finished. But
great.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it has opened up a new world to you? Are you already thinking of ideas on how you can do it different next time? How you can expand upon it?
Yes, definitely.
Expand upon it.
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome.
The ideas are flowing and endless. So, yes.
Like the rivers of life. Wow.
Yes.
That was deep.
Thank you.
Very deep metaphor there. What else are you doing to the water feature? Because we got it operational. I mean, I know the landscaping needs to go around it and everything.
Yeah, we're
rocks.
gonna. So it's in a garden bed. So the bed needs to be built, and then I have to lay some sort of something to catch some rocks underneath it. So then it's the tub and everything that it's in will be disguised. It'll look like the water's just falling into the earth. And then
that'll be sick.
I don't know if there's enough room where it is, but I would like to put some like pond plants, like water plants around it, so then it looks kind of like intentionally landscaped. So we'll see if there's room for that. I'm not sure if there's going to be, but TBD on that.
TBD if there's enough room for the pond water plants. I think that would definitely be really cool.
Yeah.
Just like an obelisk rising out of a water garden.
Yeah,
I think that'd be sick.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do you feel great trying a new thing?
Yeah, I love trying new things.
That's awesome.
I was very
everyone else
excited.
does.
Yeah. I know that like the porcelain thing, I don't know how the team wholly feels about it because it was a lot of extra work. And I think a lot of that was like learning curve. I think that we were, I think next time we would do it a lot faster and a lot smoother.
Yeah.
But I love it. And I'm so glad that we tried it. And I think that we should
do more.
Maybe continue to do more porcelain if the need strikes or whatever they say.
If the iron, when the iron's hot.
Okay, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, we'll do that.
It definitely was really cool. And
I just love the look of it, and I feel like it's so versatile. Especially like the first thing you tried was the mosaic, and you were like, "Can I shatter this? And will it work?" And then it just did. So I feel like there's so many more opportunities for other cool stuff with it.
It's pretty cool when you do something, and then like even the reps are just like, I don't know if you can do that. How did you break it? I was like, I just smashed it with a hammer. They're like, and it broke like that? Or did you cut them? And I'm like, no, we just smashed it with a hammer and it turned out pretty cool. And I think that's also, now I'm realizing it. That is another cool thing about trying new materials in new ways, because you get like a new material that you've never used before. It's like artists using they get a new type of canvas, and they're like, wow, the possibilities.
Yeah.
Because like if you smash a paver, it's just gonna like kind of crumble. You can't like do a mosaic, but
it's rocks.
It's just gonna be like a little pile of rocks.
Yeah.
So with the porcelain, I was like, this would be cool to do a mosaic.
Yeah.
I did it at my house with interior tile. So that was the first thing that came to mind. I was like, let's smash this up with a hammer. I could not wait to smash the first piece.
You did enthusiastically smash those pieces.
And I definitely smashed a piece on the first day that we unboxed the stuff, before we even knew
Yeah.
like how much we had, if we were gonna have enough.
That's true. On day one, you were trying all sorts of stuff.
I was, yeah.
Like everything that they're like, don't cut it with a segmented blade. And you're like,
I'm gonna
Yeah,
try.
I'm gonna definitely
yeah,
try
I'm gonna try that because that's the only thing we have here right now, and I really just want to cut something. Yeah, that's part of the fun of
yeah, you get excited.
get excited. Yeah,
It's important to be excited about things.
I think so. I think it's very important to have an internal fire of excitement on a day-to-day basis.
Absolutely.
Thirst for life, you might say.
Yeah. What else is there in life?
Hunger also, and shelter. But besides that, yeah, I think we got all ends covered.
Yeah.
Any other new stuff you want to talk about? What else did, what else did we do? I don't even remember. Just like such a blur of new things.
Yeah. Well, you did recently go to Frank Lloyd Wright's house. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah.
That was pretty new.
That was
this
so
week,
cool.
And you talked about it a lot this week, so.
I did?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I was for
You
like
kept saying, this is my Frank Lloyd Wright moment.
yeah, every like little thing I did. I was like, this could be my Frank Lloyd Wright moment. My memoir, the real
Exactly.
turning point. But it was actually super cool. So
I'm sorry, hold on. You already named your memoir? What did you say?
No. I'm saying like this could be the turning point in my memoir.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like
The way you worded that, I thought you said, in my memoir, comma, the turning point.
that could be cool. I like that. The Turning Point by Sean Collins Crew. About Sean Collins Crew. Anyway, so went to Falling Water.
Yes.
It's his most famous work, I would say. And it was like 4.5 hours away in PA, outside of Pittsburgh, for anybody interested. And it is a super modern architectural majesty.
Yeah. I think it's,
Monolith sculpture. I don't know how to. It's a house. How about we
Yeah, I was
start
gonna say,
there?
I don't know if it's a monolith. That's like a,
I don't know what that is, but it is a house that
Yes.
is super modern that's built on top of a waterfall.
well, it's mid-century modern. It is not,
But it was built before mid-century.
but isn't that what the style's called? Like saying it's
think so.
modern is like it was not built recently. It is not current day modern. It was back when it was built modern,
Yeah. Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Well, I just, if people don't know what it is, I'm just trying to give a clear
Google
picture.
it. Google it, everybody. It's sick.
It's really cool.
So it's built on top of a waterfall, and it was built in 1936 to 1938. And to see how just unbelievable the engineering and the architecture is in this thing, with insane cantilevers,
Yeah.
with like using locally sourced stone and mixing concrete on site from gravel that they pull out of streams.
Yeah.
Like the amount of stuff that they were able to do, and just like, I don't know how they could possibly like know how to like run calculations on these crazy cantilevers,
Yeah.
especially when it's in a spot where it's over top of a waterfall in the
Yeah.
middle of the woods. Like it's anchored into like rock, and it's just insane. It's super cool. And I felt like I was meant to be there at that moment in my life.
Yeah.
It was very magical.
So what kind of inspiration did you pull from that?
Well, a couple things. So it was right after we poured that fire pit.
It's true.
There was a lot of really cool things that he did there with reinforced concrete. Some might say it's the most.
That was like his thing, right?
It was one of them. Yeah, it was like that was how he achieved these insane cantilevers, where it just looks like a terrace is just like floating out of the side of the house, which it is.
Yeah.
It's all reinforced concrete, and it's definitely one of the most versatile materials in the world. You can build almost anything with it. And it was right after we built this circular form for a poured in place fire pit, and
Yeah.
we reinforced that with rebar. And I was already excited about just the possibilities of things that we can make with concrete by building our own forms and make crazy shapes and do all kinds of wacky stuff. And then I go here, and it's like the most magnificent, crazy use of concrete that I've ever
It is
seen.
a testament to concrete.
It's a testament to concrete. It is. That was one thing. Second thing was one of his signature moves was almost all of the furniture is built in. So he designs the dressers and the beds, and everything is like built into the room. So it's like the most functional use of the space. Everything is super intentional down to the last detail. And I think that's something that we're getting more and more into. Like on our current job, we built the couch into the deck because it was going to be kind of a small space otherwise, like where it would be hard to find a couch that fits exactly the space that we needed. So we're like, if we build something, we can maximize every square inch of this space and have functional seating. So that was another thing that was like reaffirmed, and I think we should jump even more into just building in more furniture and having everything as part of the structure, because it was just super cool to see how everything just went together and felt like every single piece in the entire house was intentional. Everything was so thought out, and there wasn't just like, just a random thing somewhere because that's what they found and they fit it there. Like every chair had a purpose. It was so cool. And then besides that, just like the art of it, to see how somebody could build that in 1936 with no modern technology or tools, building it in the middle of the woods, like an hour or 2 hours away from the closest city. Like it was just really insane and super cool. So I was jazzed up about it. Can you tell?
Yeah, a little bit.
I feel like I'm really rambling right now about this thing, but also got a couple books from the bookshop.
Oh, cool.
About students of his, I think, like things that they've learned from him.
Yeah.
Good concepts of architecture and design. So I've been flipping through that. That's super cool.
Yeah.
And I think this project that we're on really put like another level of excitement to the possibilities of what we could do. But then visiting that just kind of amped it up again.
Yeah.
It's like, that's super cool. There's no limits.
There are no limits.
Except the ones you impose on yourself. Remember
limits.
that. Yep.
Yeah, I went to that house when I was a teenager, and my main takeaway was that it was so humid because there's a river running through it.
Yeah.
And I am so sad because I think that now I would really enjoy it. Like even when I saw it, I was like, wow, this is amazing. But now, like when you posted those pictures, I was like, oh man, that really is like an incredible feat of building. Like footings, what are you doing? It's like on rock.
Yeah, I don't...
Like literal... It's not like, oh, this is rocky soil. It's like on a rock.
Yeah, it's on like a 50-foot rock. It's like a big rock.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So just like, I don't know how they figured that stuff out back then.
I do feel like it would be very difficult to like appreciate something like that when you're 14.
Yeah.
And you're with your parents. Like, there's no way like that would be cool.
Yeah.
It's like, I'd rather be at home playing with my friends. Randy's having a party this weekend. I gotta be out here, this stupid house. I
was actually, when you guys were going, I was texting with your wife, Sarah, about it, who was my best friend in high school at the time when I would have gone to this thing. And she said something like, yeah, you were probably like, I'm missing the Rager at Sarah's house this weekend.
Yeah.
It's like, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
That's probably what I was doing.
Probably.
Or wish I were doing at least.
I think you would definitely appreciate it a lot more now,
Yeah.
especially that you are in the trades. And I think that's the biggest thing, because people that aren't in building would kind of just look at it and be like, wow, it's really cool. But the coolest thing about it is to just see, like, when you know even just a little bit about building and you're involved with it, you can just look at some of the aspects of it and be like, that's crazy. Like, how is that standing up? So I think you would definitely appreciate it more. Maybe check it out.
Maybe I'll take a field trip.
Yeah. Anyway, that was it on Falling Water, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I hope that you continue to have Frank Lloyd Wright moments.
Yeah. Apparently he had a very murky personal life, though. There was like,
oh, no.
yeah, like a lot of scandals and.
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that's a shame.
He's a very controversial person.
Like what?
I found out.
What are we
Like,
talking about? I envision him as like a sweet old man with glasses sitting in a library that smells of old musty books.
No, I think he was like a rampant adulterer, and he was maybe even like a. I don't want to put accusations out there because it's like completely just like things I gathered from very quick Google searches that I don't know, maybe like harassing students and stuff like that.
Oh no.
Plus, he didn't really care at all about like waterproofing and like stuff like that. So like the house leaked like crazy.
Yeah.
So it's still really cool though. It's still really cool.
Do they tell you that stuff in the? Did you take a tour?
Yeah.
They didn't mention any of that?
You have to take a tour.
Okay.
It's all guided tours. The tour guy wasn't. I don't know if that was he wasn't like a presenter type. He seemed very nervous the whole time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was like, do you want me to take over here? We need to amp up the energy here a little bit. Brandon, this is.
Oh, bless his heart.
Bless his heart. He was a sweet young man, but I don't know if he was really the guy for the job. We were stuck with him, so shout out to Brandon. Anyway.
All right, is that enough on Frank Lloyd, right?
I think it is.
All right. Well, the other thing that we have been heavily discussing this week is, which I think we even may have mentioned this before in a different podcast, discounts. Giving
discounts.
Why and when we're giving discounts.
Yeah, I didn't know where you were going with that. I was like, what were we talking about so much this week? I don't remember. The smoke, the haze.
Yeah.
But the discounts, yeah.
Also the discounts.
We were also talking about that.
Yeah. Because, you should know your worth and value your worth and all of that stuff is very important. But Sean, you've been giving out a number of discounts recently.
Yeah.
Which, totally up to your discretion, so that's fine. But
that's part of my freedom.
Maybe we should, discuss.
Talk about, yeah.
When and where these are appropriate and why.
Yeah.
Why you've given them.
So I went on a little bit of a bender of like just giving people
bender.
discounts, and I think it was twofold. So it was just on the design, and we've always looked at the design fee not as a way to make money because our goal is to sell the project and then it gets deducted off of it. So ideally, we're really not making money on the design because we get paid for the design and it's essentially a deposit. And we get the job and we do the job. I feel like our normal fee is $2,500, which I think is incredibly fair. But sometimes we've gotten the sense from some people that they feel like entitled to like more than just a design. Like they I don't know. They feel like, I don't know, like they put out this money and now if things aren't absolutely perfect or the way they envisioned it with the budget that they had in their mind, even though I might have told them something different, they feel like they're entitled to, that I should lower my price on the project, which I definitely don't want to do that. Right. I'm not going to. So just like a little bit of that. And then depending on who it is for, feeling like that person's really excited and I'm excited to do the design. And it's been like some loose affiliations of like sort of like my cousin's friend and like the associations got kind of loose and vague. And
then we just eventually just called them your cousins.
Yeah, I have a lot of cousins now, but that was only 2. So I gave 2 discounts on designs there. And then what I have done is instituted a discount for anyone that is neighbors of the current project. But here's my reasoning behind that.
All right.
It's a great neighborhood.
Sure, yeah.
It's a very tight-knit neighborhood.
Apparently, yeah.
It's a country club, and everybody golfs, and it sounds like all they talk about is their houses, and everybody wants a cool house.
Yeah.
So it's a great neighborhood to get into. It's close to our homes, and it's a very upscale neighborhood where people are going to put out, good money for a backyard. So it's the perfect neighborhood to get in, to capitalize on. And we did the design for our current client like a year and a half ago, probably. And back then I was charging $1,500. So I thought it was fair.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we'll give you the discount of the neighborhood because that's what our current client paid. And we're getting a lot of leads from it. And
Did you
it's just,
tell him that you were giving him a discount, or did you just say that this is
Yeah.
my fee?
yeah.
Okay.
I said normally we charge $2,500, but since you're a neighbor, we'll do 15. Since we're already in the neighborhood, feel good about it. Everybody's been so nice.
Yeah.
Everybody's so nice in the
It is
neighborhood.
incredibly nice there. Everyone says hi,
Yeah.
love our stuff, and like
Except for that one guy that thought he got a
except for the screw guy.
screw
Yeah,
in
the
his-
screw in the
hasn't
tire
come
guy.
back. Hasn't come back at all.
Oh yeah, we said we were gonna
Yeah, update
circle
you.
back to that. Hasn't come back yet.
Hasn't come back.
Yeah, everyone in the neighborhood is really nice, and it's kind of this project faces the golf course, so all of the golfers just are looking at our project the whole time,
Yeah.
and they all have a lot to say about it. So it is great marketing, and it would be great to stay in this neighborhood. So
Yeah.
I do see your reasoning there.
Thank you so much.
But
Yes.
I also feel like it's like you try to find balance when you're also touting yourself as a designer, because
Yeah.
there are designers out there that would charge like
$10,000
$10,000 just for the design.
Yep.
So I feel like it's, that's what we are. We are a design build, so it is important to tout ourselves as such. We're not just like you get what you get, It's like every project we do is cooler than the last. We pride ourselves on design.
Yeah.
It's important that we keep up those standards, and I think that charging such is important.
Yeah.
But
All right.
we're also very friendly people who are not in this for the cheddar all the time. So
Yeah, it's only
a
somewhat
double-edged
about the
sword.
cheddar. It's only somewhat about the cheddar. But it mostly is for the excitement of doing cool stuff.
yeah,
So that's another thing when I feel like the person really loves everything else that we've built, and they're like, I know that you can do something so cool.
yeah.
I'm like, well, I don't want this $2,500 to be an obstacle to getting this done. Which me saying that out loud realizes like how silly that is, because like if they can't put out the money for the
Right.
$2,500 design, they can't put out the $150,000 for the backyard. So
Yeah.
maybe it was not well thought out giving these discounts, but it's working out okay so far.
Yeah. I also feel like you're digging yourself a little bit of a hole, because if, this guy then go tell his buddy is like, yeah, he gave me a discount, only $1,500. Then the next guy's gonna be like, all right, well,
I know.
it's $1,500. So
And then
if
it's
we
gonna,
do
like-
want to continue to work in this neighborhood,
That's true.
all
And then it's
these
gonna be like the
neighbors-
next neighborhood over. They're like, well,
Yeah.
I'm right over here. And then it's just gonna slowly creep, and then I'm gonna be like doing all this for free for everyone in the entire world. That's true. We should put
So
a moat around this metaphorical discount zone and line it with barbed wire.
yes.
Yes. No more discounts for anybody. You're paying double.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Don't care what you got to say. What do you think about in the trades? Everybody can relate to the feeling of haggling. Client wants to haggle with you.
Oh yeah.
They are like, well, hey, can you do it for? I know you're saying $12,000. Can you do it for $9,700? Can you do it for $9,700?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like, why are people doing that? Why are people doing that?
I feel like you got to get to the bottom of the motive in that situation, because some people haggle because they genuinely want your service and they can't quite afford it, and then other people just are looking for a deal.
Yeah.
And if somebody's just looking for a deal, that's annoying, and
Yeah.
like we've dealt with people like that, and then you end up not getting paid at the end of the day. So
Yeah, that is how one of them turned out. Yeah.
Yeah.
They did
So-
get a deal in the end.
they did.
They're just like, I'm just not going to pay the rest of it. Deal. They said deal themselves. I didn't
yeah.
agree to that, but
Yeah. So I think that there's no winning with that kind of person. They're always going to devalue your service. They're always just going to feel like they want to feel like they got something. In
Yeah.
which case, if you need the business, then just upcharge them and be like, yeah, I gave you a discount,
yeah.
10%. Check you out. You're such a great haggler.
Yeah, you
But-
win.
Oh, you win this round. Shucks.
I'm poor now.
but I think that there are some people-
charged double and then only took 10% down off that double price. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
But I think some people genuinely like really want to make it work. Like we have our next client, they had all these really cool ideas, or it's 2 jobs from now, but
Yeah.
they like really had all these cool ideas and they really wanted to make it work, and they were there was a lot of back and forth, but it was because they were genuinely excited to work with us. So I think that
Who was that?
the
Don't say any names, but
yeah, I know. I don't know how to say this.
what?
Medford.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they were excited, and it was like going back and forth, and they really, they went from like adding things on, and it was like a back and forth, and it wasn't like a haggle, but it was like we really just want to make this work because we're excited to work with you. And
Yeah.
I think that is like why it's so important to get to the motive of why they're trying to get a discount.
Yeah. And there's different ways that a client can go about it. And I'm gonna give out really a high level secret right here.
Whoa.
The best way, if you're a client, to get the most out of a haggling situation. The best way
Tell
to do
Sean
it.
to do whatever he wants.
Oh God, yeah, I'll do it for free. I'll even pay you. Best way is when a client doesn't say, "All right, well, how much? What's the lowest you can go on this?" When they say, look, I love it so much, but I really got to get down to this. Like, what do we got to take out to get down there?
Yeah.
That's when I'm in trouble. When they're like, they're like, hey, look, I understand that's what this costs. What can I take out to get it down to this? Because this is my budget. Like, I really can't spend over that. So I understand.
Butter Sean up a little bit.
I understand we're gonna have to take some stuff out. But then I like the design so much, and it's like, well, you seem so nice, and so that's where we won't like outright, because we have a formula for coming up with these prices. Not like we just pull it out of thin air, but one of the things that is a bit of an unknown or a flexible variable. I guess a variable is flexible. One of the variables is the time that you're going to spend on it. So you could sit there and convince yourself like, oh, we could, maybe it's not going to take 5 weeks. We could probably do it in 4.
Yeah.
And that is the way to really haggle with permanent outdoor living. You get me talking to myself like, I love this. I want to do it. I don't want to take anything out because I love this design, and I'm convinced that we could do this in 3 days because we're amazing. And then it ends up taking like 9 months. But what am I even talking about? I'm really on a tangent here.
Started off by talking about discounts, but
So
now you're just giving away all your secrets.
I'm giving away all my secrets.
How to get these. I think the point of talking about this was to talk you out of giving people discounts, but
oh, true. Yeah.
I think you just revealed all your secrets of how to get you to give a discount.
Yeah. Well, this is like part of we're trying to cleanse since I went on this random like giving people discounts thing. This is how we cleanse this out of my system, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. It's something. I don't know if it's interesting, but it's something. So I feel like a client can go about it that way where they say, I love it. I know we're going to have to take some stuff away. I know that. What do we have to take away to get to $50,000 or whatever the number is? That's one way to go about it. And you should reevaluate everything. Don't go crazy convincing yourself that you can do everything faster like I sometimes do.
Yep.
Really look at what you can, if anything, take out, still make the project work and move forward with the client because they obviously value your time and respect your pricing, and they do want to make it work, but they just can't afford, or they don't want to overextend themselves to, get that dream backyard, dream kitchen, or whatever it is. What do you think?
Yeah. I think that there's like a balance of how much it's hard to say because I feel like other people who are just in it for the cheddar would say very different things. Like,
move on. They're cheap.
Yeah, you gotta worry about that bottom line.
Yeah.
ROIs, all that kind of stuff. But
yeah.
But I feel like we operate in a realm of like doing things because we want to. So it is easy to get. And there have been a couple of designs that you've done, and I've been like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. I can't wait to do that. And then like it changes or it doesn't come to fruition. And you're like, oh, but wait.
Yeah, I know. It is kind of sad. That's true. And I think at a certain point, like you can't take certain things away. Like a design works together. So you can't just like take one element out because everything has to work together. So sometimes that's not a possibility, but if it is, there is room to work with that client and make it a good relationship. I think when a client comes to you and says, all right, I know that you said this is going to be $86,000. How about I'll write you a deposit right now if we do it for 70. And it's like, that's a lot. That's a lot off. Like,
That's not how that works.
that's definitely not how that
People
works.
always do
at
that with
all.
cash too. They're like,
Yeah, they're like, I'll do cash. What? I don't. That's scary. I don't want that much cash. Like, write me a check like a normal person. Psycho. Like, I don't want this dirty money. I don't know where this is from. Anyway, yeah, that's like, I don't know. I feel like that's not a thing anymore.
what?
Like, how about cash? How about
Oh, yeah.
where are you
'cause it's
spending
like-
that much cash anyway? Like, I don't know.
It's under the mattress, I guess.
Under the mattress. Yeah. Anyway, we're going on some weird tangents, but yeah, that person obviously doesn't respect your time,
Yeah.
your professionalism,
Yep.
and your process. They think they're basically accusing you of being like, you just pulled that number out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's not based on anything, and I'm calling you out on it. Because if you say yes to 70 when you just said that it was going to be 86, I know that you are full of it.
Yeah.
They're basically accusing you of that. So you need to watch out for that.
Yep.
So take it for what you will, everyone.
Yeah. But I feel like you did just make a good point where
Thank you
like,
so much. You
a couple
you do
points
think
ago.
so?
A couple points ago.
Oh, the last couple weren't good, but there was one in there.
There was one in
Oh,
there.
Perfect.
Which reminded me of another situation where like you changed the design so much that you water it down from what it originally was, and then
Yeah.
you don't even want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
Like, this is boring. I
I didn't
This
I didn't
sucks.
sign up for this.
Yeah.
This isn't why I got into this.
Yeah.
Pal.
don't do this.
I don't want to do this. What do you think? I'm just like a person that builds stuff for money? No. I'm an artist that builds stuff for a lot of money. No.
You build your backyards and other people's backyards or whatever you always say.
It's my deck. It just happens to be in your backyard. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, bless you. Bless you. Bless you. Must
sorry,
be that
it's the smoke.
smog. The smoke.
Air quality in here is terrible.
Oh God. Did we harp on the discounts enough?
I
What
think
else we got? Do we got something to tie this whole segment up into a little bow?
I don't know. Do you usually have some sort of profound?
My Jerry Springer moment.
Yeah. You want a Jerry Springer moment with this?
I think so. Discounts. Discounts are something that it's like a drug. You can get addicted to it. You can get addicted to it. You give
Okay.
away a couple discounts here and there, and
Oh, it
then
feels so good.
yeah,
Repercussions aren't immediate.
I know. And then you feel like you can't sell anything at full price anymore, and you factor in this hypothetical haggle window.
Yeah.
And you really just start to shoot yourself in the foot like that. And if you just stick to your guns, you stick to your pricing, you're going to get the better client. And if you're not getting the jobs consistently with your numbers figured out, then that's just a sign that you need to reevaluate either your overhead or your business model or your efficiency. It can be an indication of a problem, but you need to charge what you need to charge.
Yeah. I just had another thought. Sorry. I don't mean to
that's
ruin your
okay.
Jerry Springer
Yeah,
moment.
no,
But-
that's fine. I saw the way that you were just like looking at me, and I could tell it was like you weren't listening to what I was saying.
No.
You were thinking about what you
What I
were
was
going to say next.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking
Some people do that when they argue with other people.
Yeah.
You're like talking to someone, and you're like,
just thinking about what you're about to say and not
Yeah.
listening at all.
yeah, yup. You ever
yeah,
experienced that?
What?
You ever been in a situation like that?
I don't know. Why are you accusing me of doing that?
No,
The look on
I'm
your
just
face
saying.
is like,
no, I don't
you
think
ever
so.
do that? Well, anyway, yeah, I wasn't listening to what you were saying. I was thinking
Yeah,
about what
okay,
I was
go
going to
ahead,
say.
go ahead.
We're talking about haggling. Like, it's like nails on a chalkboard to me when I have to haggle. I do not want to do it.
Yeah,
Like buying a car. Oh my God. I'd rather do almost anything else.
yeah.
But some people like it. So maybe there's some business owners out there that are like, they're like itching for it. They
Oh.
want the haggle, you know?
That's. Ooh.
I haven't thought about that side of the coin.
Oh, I would love to have some thoughts on that. If anyone out there
Yeah.
loves the haggle from the contractor perspective,
Yeah.
I would love to hear that. That would be very interesting because I also hate to haggle because it's just like,
It's uncomfortable.
Especially, like, on
it's
small stuff.
annoying. Yeah.
Unless
Yes, you get into like
a-
splitting hairs, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh God, just shut up already.
like, okay, so this is a perfect example. I'm not sure which side this really conveys, but anyway, I was at a flea market yard sale thing, and at one point we were joking about Sarah's dad going through male menopause. Just like, I don't know, I forget how it came up, but we were joking about it. And then there was a book on, I forget if it was male menopause or regular menopause, but it was $2. And I said, it'll be funny if I get this for Dave. So I was like, I'll give you $1. And the guy, like, it's the end of the day at the flea market about this book from like 1980 about menopause. And he's like, I really feel like I can get 2 for it. And I'm like, are you serious? So I don't know which side that really puts me on in the situation, because I walked away from the deal. I walked away. I said,
You did?
the joke's not worth it.
That $1 extra was too much.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what that really proved or said about me, but that's my haggling moment.
Yeah. I was on the opposite side. I was selling at a yard sale,
Okay.
and it was for a fundraiser. It wasn't even my stuff. All the money that I was getting was going to go to the nonprofit that I.
Yeah, you didn't pocket
Volunteer
any of it. Not at all.
None of it went to me. No, I'm just kidding. None of it went to me.
It's not something to joke about.
It's not something to joke about.
That is theft.
I would get in a lot of trouble. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I didn't it was all going to charity, and that's what I would say. Like when people are trying to like haggle with me for prices, I was like,
Yeah.
it's going to charity. But anyway, so some guy was like, I'll give you 5, and I was like, it's 10. He's like, and I was like, whatever, give me 5. I do not care. This is going to charity. That's on your conscience, not mine.
Yeah.
It's what am I going to do with it at the end of the day? I don't want it at my house.
Yeah.
And some guy comes over to me. He's like, you really should have haggled. You could have gotten 10 for that. Why would you
Yeah.
do that? What are you doing? I'm like, now you're over. I didn't want to haggle in the first place. Now I got you lecturing me on how to haggle.
Yeah. You know what you should have done? So I'm assuming this was for the yacht club,
Yeah.
and you're raising money for the Crumbling Foundation.
Yeah.
So you need to have some sort of video with Crumbling Foundations. And
Just playing in the background.
yeah, like
with like, in the arms of the
angel. Be like,
angel.
you want to tell that, you want to save that file. Look at this foundation right here. Look into this foundation's eyes and save your $5, you cheapskate.
You know what? It's a great idea.
I think it would be a great idea.
Should
It
have
would
done
be
that.
funny at least. It would definitely be funny. Anyway, how long have we been going
Right.
here?
We're pretty much at our happy hour.
What?
So
Already?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's been so
you have
fun
more you
and
want
happy.
to ramble about?
I don't know. Did we have anything else? We had a couple.
I think we covered all my bullet points.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I guess that's all mine too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, it was a good week.
Great week.
So I hope the air quality gets better and we can enjoy
Yeah.
our weekends.
Okay, so that's it. I was really expecting there would be more time. Every time
Oh.
I ask, there's always more time. So I don't know what to do now. What do I do with my
I
hands?
don't know. Oh, tomorrow's your wedding anniversary. You want to talk about that?
Not really. I mean, it's more
exciting.
personal.
Okay, that's exciting stuff.
It's my mother-in-law's birthday. Happy birthday, Kathy.
Aw.
Happy birthday, Mimi.
My birthday was the other day.
Oh, happy birthday. How rude of us.
Yeah, it's pretty rude.
I'm so sorry. We are so sorry. Happy birthday,
Thank you.
Catherine.
Thanks.
All right. Anyway, this has been the Hardworking Happy Hour.
Yeah, see you next week.
All right. Bye.